Well, then I would say
I've presented you with case after case after case, with quote after quote after quote of people who are genuinely concerned about the impact you're having, and you brush it off as if it's nothing.
No, what you have done is come here with an agenda, you've come here with loaded questions, you've come here with things taken out of context, you come here with things that you don't understand are satirical, and then you're going to also sit and say that one woman said that her boyfriend changed when he watched one of your videos. And then I don't know what you expect me to say to that.
Sarcastic, and jokes.
No,
that's how you explain the comments you make.
No, for you to sit down.
Would you like to apologize for any of them?
For you to sit down, for you to sit down, it's fine. No, it's fine. It's easy. For you to sit down and say that one woman said that her boyfriend watched an Andrew Tate video and now he won't do the dishes.
Schools.
Or whatever your argument is.
Police.
And that I'm somehow the worst, most dangerous man in the world because I have a car.
Okay, that was a clip from the infamous Andrew Tate BBC interview. That was, in fact, the 8-minute and 53-second edit that was uploaded to the BBC YouTube channel and to the BBC itself. And if you looked at my channel, you saw that I had uploaded the unedited, complete 38-minute cut, or version rather, of this said interview. Now, I know I said I wouldn't do any more of these videos, but after much thought, I realized I would be a fool if I didn't go ahead and ride this wave out and take advantage of the situation. So in today's video, I'm going to show the Lucy Williamson Snyder cut, so to speak, that was uploaded to the BBC and their YouTube channel, showing only the talking points of Lucy Williamson. And we'll watch it together, and after, I'm going to react to it. All right, so let's go.
We are doing an interview with you because you're facing some very serious allegations.
Correct.
Rape, human trafficking.
Yep.
And also because there's a great deal of concern about the things you say and the impact that they have on young people, on women.
I don't think the concern's about the things I say. I think the concern is for the level of influence I have and the reach I have.
Let's start with the allegations. Have you raped anybody?
Absolutely not.
Have you trafficked anybody?
Absolutely not.
Exploited any women for money?
Absolutely not.
But you have admitted using emotional manipulation to get women to work in the webcam industry for you. Let me read you then what you have said about what you have done.
Sure.
You have said, my job was to meet a girl, go on a few dates, sleep with her, get her to fall in love with me to the point where she'd do anything I say, and then get her on webcam so we could become rich together.
I don't think that's what I personally said. I think
that's exactly what you said on your website.
No, I've never said that.
Your words.
And again, I'm actually such a nice person that I've never had anyone come at me.
The BBC has spoken to somebody since your arrest who says exactly those things, that with you it's all manipulation, there's an ulterior motive to everything you do.
Is this Sophie? No,
I was so intent on wanting to please him and wanting him to be happy that I was just kind of, yeah, okay, do whatever you want.
And what is she accused? Has she accused me of a crime, this imaginary Sophie?
She's making the point that there is
Has she accused me of a crime?
Emotional or psychological manipulation.
I've asked you a question, and I've allowed you into my house.
I'm asking you a question.
Correct, but you're not the boss here, because I've allowed you into my house.
I'm asking you the questions.
Correctly, and I'm telling you.
You get to decide the answers.
No, she is.
The BBC did not invent her.
Of course not. And because you never invent anything. And she's not filed criminal charges against me. What are we talking about here? What is she saying?
We're talking about emotional manipulation into the sex industry for your financial gain.
Absolute garbage.
I'm describing women who are going to court to accuse you of rape and human trafficking.
Hasn't gone to court. Sophie doesn't exist.
I'm describing women who have spoken to the BBC at length.
Sophie doesn't exist.
And other media organisations about what they say is emotional manipulation and coercion. And I'm quoting back to you your own words where you describe
They're not my words.
Coercion and emotional manipulation.
They're words you found on the internet, and Sophie doesn't exist.
On your website,
move on to the next subject.
In your voice.
Move on to the next subject.
No, I think I'll stick on this one for a minute. So there's other places in that same website where you say you get girls to fall in love with you and they do it because they love you, because they want to do what you say. Convincing women to take part in some kind of business arrangement doesn't work long term because they're emotional. You've got to get them to fall in love with you. That's coercion, that's emotional manipulation, that's abuse. Your website, your words.
It's not my website.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
It's the website you've taken down, and I wonder why those comments have been taken down. I'm saying that you have said you emotionally manipulated people here for your own financial gain.
No, absolutely not.
It's not only about the criminal allegations. It's a much bigger issue. You've got children's organisations in the UK, you've got rape organisations in the UK, you've got the police naming you by name as someone who has a harmful influence on children and on women in the UK and elsewhere because of the things you say, because of the way you present gender relations, the way you say men should treat women. The reason we're asking you about these comments is because we've got the chief executive of Rape Crisis naming you individually as spreading a dangerous ideology of misogynistic rape culture.
Absolute.
It's the comments you make that are leading people to say things like this.
Absolute garbage.
National organisations who are saying that are blaming you for increasing levels of misogyny. Schools that are saying they are having increased incidents of girls being attacked, of female teachers being harassed.
If that was
by
true,
pupils because of you and your teaching and your influence.
That's absolute garbage. I have never.
But
I'm
men
teaching
and
young men.
boys.
I'm teaching young men to be disciplined, to be diligent. And that
You
1 year
sell an
ago
image of
is
success.
disingenuous. It's disingenuous.
You
and
sell
also,
an image of financial success
correct.
with a Bugatti and a cigar, but it comes with a side order of misogyny.
How does having a Bugatti and a cigar come with misogyny?
I am asking you about things that you have said that have caused major national organisations, including the police, to worry about you by name. That's what I'm asking you about.
It's not what I said.
It's about what you have said that has caused such concern in the UK. And I want to put it to you that you don't really care about the harm it causes.
That's not true.
Because
that's not true.
Making controversial statements like this online has made you a lot of money.
Okay, so first thing.
Or you could make controversial statements online that attract a lot of followers who you then direct to your website where they pay to learn how to be like you.
I mean, I could make jokes online. Who doesn't? I mean, I could make a joke online.
Are you saying that all the controversial things you've said are jokes?
No, I'm saying that these organizations and the BBC who are going to sit here and pretend that I am the face of damaging the youth is absolutely garbage. It's completely disingenuous.
It makes you
and
money.
The reason, in fact, I've seen thousands and thousands of comments and have endless emails from women praising praising the fact that their sons are listening to me.
Does it not worry you?
The fact that
the things I'm saying, does it not worry you?
It would worry. Are
you not concerned about your influence?
It would worry me when it's not the same man she wants him to be. When thousands and thousands of people are saying the opposite, well, then I would say
I've presented you with case after case after case, with quote after quote after quote of people who are genuinely concerned about the impact you're having, and you brush it off as if it's nothing.
And then I don't know what you expect me to say to that.
Sarcastic and jokes. No, that's how you explain the comments you make.
For you to sit down.
Would you like to apologise for any of them?
For you to sit down and
schools,
or whatever your argument is,
police.
And that I'm somehow the worst.
I made that edit myself before turning on the camera. I played for you 5 minutes 45 seconds out of an almost 9-minute interview on the BBC in which Lucy Williamson was heard talking a majority of the time, dominating. Okay, so the problem that I have is if she was going to ask some of these questions that she did, at least allow the man the time to answer. But as he was answering, she would almost immediately retort to answer with another question and cut him off. I don't think that this is a professional way of interviews. I don't think that this is the way that interviews are conducted, legacy media or not. This is not a conversation. It's not a debate. It's an interview. And she has zero decorum and needs to be fired. It was more emotional for her than anything else. So, allow me to go over all the bad points of this version of the BBC edit that's on the YouTube channel and on the BBC itself being shown on air. And this goes double for the uncut version that I've already uploaded here on this channel. Here's everything wrong with this interview, and allow me to take a look down at my notes really quickly. I wrote 6 different things. The first problem is people all over the world are able to see this highly edited version of the so-called interview on the BBC YouTube channel, with the exception of many people in the UK are telling me down inside the comment section that it's not available to them inside of their own country. and I'm curious to know why is that. Point number 2, it has shoddy editing. Point number 3, it limits Andrew's speaking time when he is, love him or hate him, the whole reason we're watching in the first place. Let's be real. Number 4, she dominated the interview even knowing people are there to listen to his answers whether they like him or not. This is the whole reason why we are tuning in. Number 5, she cherry-picked sound bites of his podcast to twist for her own emotional agenda and that of the BBC. Number 6, if Tate is guilty, she sure helped make him look like an innocent victim. And number 7, finally, it comes off more as a hit piece than anything else. It's the single worst piece of journalism that I've seen personally in my life coming from the BBC. I happen to like the BBC, so, you know, I have their app on my iPad here. I have the app on my smartphone. And as an American living in Japan, I've been reading their news for years. This interview just about undid everything and every feeling that I had for them legitimately and left a bad taste inside of my mouth. So those were 7, not 6 things that I disliked about this interview. And I never spoke about that in detail on the first uncut video that I uploaded. I just showed that in its full course. And here we just watch all the talking points of Miss Lucy Williamson. And you could see why so many people are disgusted with this interview, including myself. Regardless of whether the man is innocent or guilty, I mean, that is still yet to be determined. But to say the very least, I would say the interview actually made him look better if he is guilty. Like I said, it makes him look like an innocent victim just because of her decorum. So there you have it. I'd like to thank you guys for watching this new episode of the Snyder Cut of the BBC infamous Andrew Tate interview. If you guys found this video informative or entertaining in the least bit, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Salute to you wherever you may be out inside the world. And as always, gentlemen, you guys know what to do. Keep it classy. I'm out.